I like this phone. I really do like it. And I like it first and foremost because of its performance. This is the Samsung Galaxy A07 4G. It's a phone that sits a little bit above the most basic of Samsung's smartphone lineup, and it offers mostly basic specs, but a few interesting features and specs that make it stand out, in my opinion. I have been harping on and on about its performance since I got my hands on it. That shouldn't be surprising. Why? Performance is one of the things that's difficult to get at the entry level. There are all sorts of gimmicks you can do at the entry level. Slap a big battery, slap dust and water protection, all sorts of things that you can easily add at this price point. But what the phone user really needs the most is the best performance possible. And what Samsung has done with the A06 4G is that it has taken a chipset, a very solid mid-range chipset that has been available since 2022, and has put it in here, the Helio G99. I have owned a few mid-range smartphones that had the Helio G96, and as inferior as that is to the G99, those phones ran really smoothly. I still have one of them around, and I'm comparing the performance of the A07 4G to the performance of that phone. And it is mind-blowing because that phone costs a lot more than this. Yet this phone runs so smoothly that if I didn't know what it cost, I'd say that it cost more. It really is beautiful to see. It runs really smoothly. Really smoothly. It's hard to not like this phone. If you're in the market looking for a smartphone that's slightly above entry level and you want good performance, go get this. While the chipset is a few years old, the software is up to date. It runs Android 15. It has 4 GB of RAM built in. There are options of 64 GB storage and 128 GB storage. A phone you want to put to use every day and not get slowed down and not get frustrated with waiting for an app to launch, waiting for the app to switch, waiting for the app to load. This just does it well. Performance-wise, I'm giving this guy a 10 over 10. I hardly ever do that at the entry level, but this guy gets a 10 over 10 in terms of performance. Samsung's move with the Helio G99 is simply brilliant. Now, performance aside, it has a 5,000 mAh battery, and battery life is solid. I get a full day plus more of use. Not only that, Samsung has included the same 25-watt fast charging that was in the predecessor, and I tested this. It lives up to that expectation. This guy went from 10% battery to 100% in 1 hour 16 minutes. That 10% difference tells me that it will go from 0 to 100% in about 1 hour 25 minutes, which is pretty much the standard for 25-watt fast charging. So it lives up to that. It has only one loudspeaker, and that's the one at the bottom here. It's loud, but the quality is not anything fantastic. Of course, you hardly find any entry-level smartphone with fantastic audio because good speakers cost money. So you're going to have to take this like that. The speaker is loud enough. The quality is similar to what you get from any other smartphone in this price range. So it's not a negative. I'm not marking it down for that. It also has a 3.5mm audio jack. For those of you who still have those headphones with cables and you want to plug in, of course, you can still use your Bluetooth earbuds and all of that with it if you want. There is quick share, so you can share files with other Android smartphones quickly. There is news that Google and Samsung are working on making quick share available to iPhone. So hopefully very soon, you'll also be able to share files with iPhones using quick share on a phone like this. How about cameras? There's an 8 megapixel camera up here. There's a 50 megapixel main camera at the back here and a 2 megapixel depth sensor that works with it for your portrait pictures and all. The cameras are okay for the price range. You're not likely to win photography awards with an entry-level smartphone's camera, but you can get good photographs on this. I already have a camera test video up, and you can click to go see what are the kind of pictures and images you can take using the cameras on this phone. Does it support eSIM? No. This is a dual nano SIM phone, and here is where the SIM slot is. You push it out with a SIM tool ejector and insert your nano SIM cards in there. If you do want to use an eSIM with this phone, what you need to do is get an eSIM adapter from one of the providers. I'm putting a link in the description and also up here for you to see how that works. An eSIM adapter actually allows you to use eSIM in non-eSIM phones. This is a non-eSIM phone, but you can use an eSIM in it if you get an eSIM adapter. So what's not to like about the Samsung Galaxy A07 phone? The design is a little bland. I have seen entry-level smartphones that look much better than this. Maybe it's the green color that's also ruining its teeth. It's a bland design. It's not terrible. It's just not inspiring in any way. The good thing though is that it's very lightweight. This weighs only 184 grams. It's also quite thin. This is only 7.6 millimeters thick. And so it makes it quite comfortable to use in the hand. I love it when the phone does not weigh too much. And I love it when it's not too thick. So those are wins in my books. There is IP54 dust and splash protection. So this guy is fairly protected from dust storms for when it drops in the sand at the beach. It's also protected from splashes of water. It's not protected from being dropped in water. So please do not drop in water. But if somebody splashes a drink on the phone or you have to go out in the rain, this guy is protected. The display is a 6.7-inch LCD panel. No AMOLED or Super AMOLED here. It's also a 720p resolution. So it's not the best of resolutions, but 720p is what you get at this price point from almost every manufacturer. In fact, I haven't seen anyone who put in anything more at this price point. If there are fringe devices. The nice thing is that Samsung has added 90 Hz refresh rate to this. So the display actually is smooth. It's fair for the price. No complaints. There is a fingerprint scanner in the power button on the side, and it works well. Setting it up was smooth and easy. Using it to unlock the phone and unlock apps has been smooth and easy. I've had no problems with that. This guy comes out of the factory with Android 15, and Samsung says it will get Android 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 6 years of major Android support. Wild. But Apple has been doing 5-6 years for a long time. Yes, there is a chance that the phone will slow down over time. In this case, because the performance is really, really good from the onset, I am not so worried about how much slower it will get. But like I keep saying, we'll have to wait to see how that works out. It's nice that on paper, you have that assurance of 6 years. After 2-3 years, if you think it's not performing as smoothly as you'd like, feel free to change it. But you have a guarantee of 6 years of major Android updates on this. And I think that's swell. I think that's really something to talk about. The Galaxy A07 4G. I like it. It's a phone I can use every day because it doesn't frustrate me with those lags and pauses that I am used to seeing at this price point. Do I recommend it? Oh yes, I'd recommend it. If you have a budget of about $100 and you want to get a smartphone, this looks like a good one to get. In the US, there is not a lot of competition in the market, but outside of North America generally, in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, there are lots of competing devices at the same price point, offering a mix of different features and specs that you have to consider. So, yes, do look around. But as far as whether this is a satisfactory device for me, it is. I love it. I will not hesitate to recommend it to anyone who wants to use it. So guys, thanks for watching this review. I hope that I have covered all the grounds that you'd love me to cover. Please like it, share with your friends, follow my channel. I have lots more goodies for you. I'll see you in the next one.